Uh, uh, Hello and
Brilliant.
welcome back to TNI UK Impacted, episode 215. Coming to you live via the Total Non-Stop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favourite shows. I am, of course, your host, Bison, and today I am joined by the man coming to us from the void of his own mind, of course, the Joker. And I say the newest member of the team, celebrating his 1 year anniversary with the team, of course, is our local nightclub DJ, LimpstarUK Craig. Hello,
Hello
guys.
there.
You all right? Did you like that?
Yep.
That was it. Craig. That was like. It was a bit like that was a bit like Vinnie Mac,
I thought you were going to fire me.
isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's like, whoa.
Anyway.
And cheers, Mia. We got a shout out from Mia for 5 years of TNI UK as well. So thank you, Mia.
Oh, yeah, 5 years. I can't see any chat, actually. Where is it? You going to run it down the slide like normal?
Oh, well.
Should be
Yes,
over that
I am,
way.
actually. I'm going
That's
to...
it. Run it down the side. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
That's there. We can see it all then. Yeah, I like that. That's the best way to run it. How's our sound bites this week? Have we got that sorted?
No, I haven't. I haven't looked at them all week last week. I was still recovering from everything
Well, I did
else.
speak to Bill.
Yeah,
I did
just
speak to
more-
Bill about it. So, see if you
I
can.
thought Bill said that it wouldn't be a thing.
He did, but obviously he realised that it is a thing. So I'm not sure whether he sorted it out, but I know he was looking at it. So give us a soundbite, see if he's changed anything.
I'll give you one of the more recent ones. So
Just-
that'll be a lot.
Joe,
quieter
instead,
than
just
the
do
other
it
ones.
yourself.
It's been long enough. That's how long it's been. What do you...
Bloody hell.
What volume was that at? That was quite low.
That's one of the old. That was at halfway. That's the default setting it's on.
Okay, so the default setting hasn't changed.
No.
No, because I did speak to Bill
And
about
I'll
it. I did say that was something we really, really
Yeah.
needed to look at. Because it spoils the sound bites because they're too
and
quiet.
this is
The ultimate finesser, your girl's favorite wrestler.
Okay, some of it's working.
that's one I've like. That's one I've resaved like twice and increased the volume slightly when I put them over to here. But I'm up to know if I increase the volume too much, it's going to just distort the whole sound.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what we can do about it.
When I save it.
I'm not sure what we could do about it, but we definitely need to. We need to sort it out. It's part and parcel of what we do, right?
Yeah, it's not the
No,
same.
it's not the same without it. So we do need to look at. I mean, the stream system we're using is good, but there's a couple of things that we've got to try and iron them out, haven't we? We really have got to try and iron them out.
Yeah.
Anyway, a quick hello to the people in the chat. I see Mrs. Nemesis in the house.
Hello to Courtney.
Yeah, who else we got? Gibster, I saw pop up just now. What was that? Brooke? Who's that? Chris is in the house. Chris Maycock.
No idea who that is.
Is that a new person? Is it Brooke? I can't tell. Can you bring that one up? I can't.
Guessing it's.
I can't see the name very well. If you bring it up big, I can see.
Yeah. Do bear with me. My glasses have been broken for about 3 days, so I'm not seeing
Well,
things
let's just say,
clearly.
Brooke, it's lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. And of course, we've got a few other people in that. Mir's obviously with us, which is great to see. Always good to see Mir, and of course Courtney there. So good to see him. Maybe put all the little comments up. Zach Bonifer obviously is in the house. Good to see Zach.
Hey, hello.
We love a bit of Zach, don't we? Which is good to see. We haven't had Critical Sting in for a while, actually, thinking about it.
No.
We haven't had them.
Yeah, it's been
But
a
anyway,
while.
nice to see you guys. Don't forget to leave your comments so that we can, we can talk about them. We can, it's always good that you're part of the show. We've always told you this. You're all part of the show. The more that you guys get involved, the better. Was that Ray Farmer, Paul Matthewson? Oh, they're all coming in. They're all coming in. Fantastic to see you guys. So if you can keep an eye on the chat, Joe, make sure if anything comes in, we bang it up.
Boomer's in. Hey,
Boomer's in.
how you doing?
Look at that, my beautiful,
How
my
you
beautiful
doing?
girl. Look at her.
Yeah.
Hey, look at her. How beautiful. She done great this week at boxing. Actually, got some good footage of her
Oh,
battering those heavy bags. Go on, girl. Batter in the heavy bag. She was.
yeah.
Yeah. Look, there you go. It's Boomer. Yay, Boomer's in the house. Bless her. Anyway,
So good to see you.
so Norris is well. He's very excited for Mance Warner. That's fantastic. We're going to talk about him in a minute. Yeah, so some really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. Okay, so let's get into the news rumors and of course a quick look at TNA Impact from the live edition, I should say, of TNA Impact last week. So we'll get into it. Let's talk about very first thing. Let's get this out of the way. PCO interview with Sean Ross Sapp. Obviously, we had the incident of at GCW, which is sort of kind of happened over Genesis. Well, because Genesis and the PCW thing was GCW, sorry, was all on the same night. It was pretty big news at the time, and you know, then we heard a few other bits and bobs, and it wasn't actually the DMC title, and there was all sorts of stuff going around. But then PCO gets on an interview with Sean Russell. I thought, to be fair, he sort of explained his side of things fairly well. He didn't condemn TNA, which I expected him to do. I mean, he did say he prefers Scott D'Amore to the current management, but hey, you know, he probably would have done because Scott D'Amore was treating him like a god, wasn't he? Really?
Yeah.
Oh no! When people were attacking him, like ages, straight after this happened, he said to everyone, "You let me sit down and explain everything, then you start judging." You know, honestly, I've got nothing against him at all. Everyone forgets he's been one of the massive workhorses of TNA since he came in with Honor No
He's
More.
been a big lumpy idiot.
Nothing but
Good riddance.
I've got no issues with any. It's a shame things ended negatively and such a pathetic. Pathetic's not the right word, but so, you know, like it doesn't shed a good light on either side.
Yeah,
no, I've got to be honest, mate.
It's a shame.
He's burnt his bridges by doing what he done with that title. End of the day, we put a title on you. You wear it, and you wear it well. If you're going to take it to another company and bin it off like that, bridges burnt. Thanks very much for your time. See you later. Bye bye. I don't care about any interviews or anything after now. You're done. You're gone. We put you on a pedestal. We let you have the longest, shittest entrance known in TNA history. We let you do that. You got jump started more times than a fucked car. Do you know what I mean? It was just completely over exuberant for just an over the hill character who's just burnt his bridges. See you later. Just no, absolutely not. Okay. I'm sorry to disagree with everyone, but it's PCO is a no. Just see you later. And
PCO is a
God
no.
for SDL and Mance Warner. Yeah.
No
PC
more
be.
left hits. No more left hits out.
Fuck the left hits.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, oh, Zach Bonifer, look, the only wrestling god is JBL. Well, maybe.
Which we're not allowed to say, apparently. We've got to say John Layfield.
Yes, he's not JBL, he's John Layfield. But anyway, so we had his interview. He didn't condemn TNA. I mean, he just gave over his side of the story. And, you know, at the end of the day, I think, you know, his time had come to an end. You know, and that's it. So there you go. Off you go. Simple as that. Right. It was revealed by Jordynne Grace via also an interview with Chris Van Vliet. Did anyone get to see this one? That Jonathan Greshem contract has also expired with TNA. Now, I did check, but he is still listed as a member of the roster. But obviously, maybe because I know recently they kind of did a bit of a clear out and a clear in, and you know they did tidy it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But it is clear now, and I'm pretty certain Jordynne Grace would know. But his contract is now expired with TNA, so you never know. We might see the odd appearance, but his future is up in the air. I mean,
Myers and Eddie Edwards took him out a couple of weeks ago, so I think that might have been where they written him off.
Yeah, maybe. And there you go. Norris is like, I'm so happy Scott D'Amore is gone and his friends are too. Yeah, I mean,
that's a bit harsh.
I think what he admitted, one thing he admitted on the PCO on the podcast was that he was being paid X amount of money, and he was happy to go forward on the amount of money he was being paid. However, they weren't happy to pay the same money. So it does go to show that possibly he was being overpaid. But having said that, although he did get a payout, so do you remember we were talking about all the work that he was doing with regards to, Phil in Slammiversary, which, he was doing a lot of work, and I'll give him a lot of praise for that. He was doing a lot of work, but he also got paid a little bit for doing it as well. On top, he had a bonus, so it's not like it was all done out of the kindness of his own heart. At the end of the day, he was being paid to do it. So, but yeah, there you go. But yeah, they did. They totally wasted Octopussy. I definitely believe that.
I know.
I think Octopussy would have been an amazing storyline, an amazing. I mean, what they could have done is they could have teamed him with like a female character, and then he could have been. Then they could have been a tag team called Octopussy, couldn't they?
Oh,
Yeah.
just yeah, but no. Like the guy had more storylines than he had good matches.
Yeah, no, I think they just didn't. I don't think they really knew what.
They didn't know what to do with him.
What to do with him?
It's a shame.
It is a shame, but he's a great wrestler. There's no doubt about it. And he had some great matches. But again, that's not what professional wrestling's about. It is obviously it's about the wrestling, but it's also about it's also about the storylines which make us care about the wrestlers and their characters, etc. And he just was a bit bland and a bit boring, to be honest. But was that him? Was that creative? I don't know. What do you think, Craig?
I think it's a mixture of both, to be fair, because obviously when you come to TNA, like we know, it's always been creative control was given to the wrestler. So he's been able to say, like, right, I want to do this with my character and stuff. But when he's gone out and done the matches, he's been given a solid storyline, stuff like that the fans were engaging in. Hell of a, cutscene and stuff like that. And yet it just fizzled out and turned into nothing. And it's like, well, what's next? And we just never saw what was next. We just seen some odd matches and him like third wheel off of Macklin and Eric Young and stuff. And, now he's still on the roster, but apparently he's not with us. So thanks for stopping by. Do you know what I mean? Ring of Honor's that way.
Yeah, yeah, Ring of Honor's that way, or maybe WWE. We'll see, won't we?
No, I think he's going to go to NXT. I think he'll do pretty well on that too.
Well, what I've heard is that he say he might be going to NXT, but what I've heard is not as a wrestler, but as a trainer. So
that'd be perfect. He's such a fantastic in-ring technician. He'll really help a lot of the talent on there.
Exactly, that's what I think.
Brilliant, great idea.
Evil Greshem was fun. They just, I don't know, it just didn't seem to go anywhere.
It just went nowhere. Sadly, it was a shame.
It's a real shame. It is a shame because maybe it could have done. Hey Barry, thanks for joining us, bud. Now, Kylan King has been getting more and more active via the social media. And the indication is she will be set to return to TNA sooner rather than later. And with Killer Kelly also starting to make appearances, not wrestle, I might add, it shows, but she's certainly starting to make appearances now. I don't think it's going to be too long before we also see the return of her. Also, I think give it another 2 or 3 months and we may see Killer Kelly. I mean, she's got to recover. At the end of the day, it's only 2 months ago she's had a baby, so let's give her a chance to get herself sorted. Hey, Aaron, nice to see you. Thank you.
Even Steve Macklin was really pumped that Killer Kelly's coming back because she'll be at the next Wrestling Revolver show, and she's like one of the main members of his stable.
Okay, yeah.
So Sammy Callahan and Steve Macklin were really putting her over, and Killer Kelly had to clarify there that it's only just been 2 months, so she's not actually going to be getting in the ring because everyone was going like, obviously, can't wait to see you in the ring again. She had to just calm everybody down. We're not going to get another Killer Kelly and Rosemary moment.
I'm sure she said something along the lines of like, I am a badass, but 2 months.
Yeah.
No, I'm not quite ready yet. But yeah, no. So it is cool. It is cool.
I'm really looking forward to both of them, though. Kylan King is going to be amazing to see how it goes.
Well, Kylan has been proper promoting herself in recent recent
Yeah.
weeks. So I'm absolutely extremely excited to see her come back, and I hope she comes back in a big way. Like kind of throwing down a gauntlet type scenario or something like that. But she's an awesome talent.
Well, see her come down and club Tessa Blanchard and see what happens then.
Wow, you never know, do you? You
That'd be
never
a
know.
hell of a match.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kylan King versus Tessa would be insane. Now, TNA have also announced that they're going to do a live taping at Impact at Full Sail University on February the 20th. It's going to be followed by a TV taping on the 21st. And of course, that is the old home of NXT in Orlando. A pretty decent studio site, to be honest. I mean, I think it can hold 900 to 1,000 people. So it's decent.
Yeah. It's a good...
I don't know. I'm quite excited about it, and the fact that they're doing another live Impact, literally a month after the one that they've done. It would literally be a month later. So I am seriously starting to think that is the plan moving forward. We're going to get a live Impact once a month through 2025. What do you think? What do you think, Craig?
I think that, that live show that we done really showed the old style TNA, and I've got to be honest, I agreed with one of the signs that they had in the crowd. I missed on West too. Do you know what I mean? That's what it really needed, But it was just, we do have that kind of that element to it in that though. But do you know what? I really thought it went smoothly for a live show, and with the content and the quality of stuff that we were shown, with it being a live show as well, was just insane. Absolutely insane. If we're going to keep doing it and we're going to go through and do some monthlies, then it'll be class. But who knows? Who knows what will happen?
Yeah, I just feel that the fact that they are pulling one out in February, and maybe they're feeling out Full Sail as well, in the sense of how quickly the tickets sell. Is it could they pull a live and a tape in there every month possibly? You never know, and I think it's possibly something that they're certainly looking at. But we'll just have to wait and see. I hope that is something that they do. What's this? Oh, what we got going on here? What's that say? Hey, TNI UK crew in chat. I love the Cora Jade did Masha with the pit. Yeah, so did I. We'll talk about that in a sec. But the Full Sail stuff is absolutely awesome. I'm looking forward to that. I think the production there will be great. And of course, if I remember rightly, the NXT had loads of shit around the whole venue, didn't they? Lighting, and there was all sorts of stuff going on. So I think it'll look absolutely fantastic on TV. And I think if it gets with the production value that we're producing now, I think it's going to look really cool. So I'm looking forward to it. Again, they've got a full night of tapings the following night, so we should get a good few weeks of Full Sail action for Impact, which will be really good.
Some anniversary tickets are already coming on sale too. They're already pushing for that already. That's amazing.
Some anniversary tickets. Obviously, a few other things going on. Rich Swann is out of contract. Amsterdam decided not to renew this contract, so it looks like he's not coming back. Well, I've actually heard through the grapevine that they are actually now talking to Rich. There is a possibility that we could see him return in the near future, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. I think he'd be daft not to.
I hope
he'd
so.
be daft not to.
I hope so.
Especially now we've got that connection. So I think Rich would come back. It's just a case of whether they can come to an agreeable deal, I think. But I'll tell you what I do want to do right now is I want to wish TNA legend Shark Boy happy 50th birthday. Join the 50 Club. Hell yeah! Give me a hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
Where's Frankie?
He's been eaten by Shark Boy.
Yeah.
Shark Boy's come and bit him on the ass
Boy
like he did with Josh Matthews in that that match that he had with Abyss and Jeremy Borash.
You're probably right.
Shark Boy jumps into the bloody pool.
Give me a shell, yeah. Yeah, no, don't we just love Shark? I love Shark. Do you know what? I'd love to get Shark Boy on the show. How cool would that be?
I would love. It would be great. The first time I really saw Shark Boy was in TNA. I didn't know he was part of WCW, or I didn't pay much attention to WCW. So it was like TNA was like the first place I saw guys like Shark Boy and Sting and things like that. So I'm like, Shark Boy was just, I thought he was a brilliant character, and then to see him do all the stuff that Steve Austin did, and Steve Austin actually said, "You go ahead, you do what you can, you just knock yourself out, kid." And Shark Boy just took it to another level and really made it his own.
That's it.
Have you ever seen
That's
Stone
the
Cold
finish
E.T.?
line. Huh?
Have you ever seen Stone Cold E.T.?
No.
No,
Oh, mate, I'll show you. Honestly, the guys in the comments, I'm sure someone would have seen Stone Cold E.T., but I'll send you a video of him later. He turned up at a Stone Cold, like, meet and greet sort of thing, and Stone Cold was just like going back and forth with him. And it's just a guy in an ET mask who just does the best Stone Cold accent ever.
Really?
Yeah, I'll show you guys after. Yeah, it's ridiculous, but really, really funny.
Oh man, yeah. No, I love Shark Boy. I think Shark Boy is one of my favourite, like backstage characters.
that's him and Curryman versus Team 3D.
Oh, my God.
I love the street fight. I love
Curryman.
that the fish market street. Yeah, the fish market street fight with
He's
Team
so
3D.
tasty. He's so tasty.
He's so tasty.
Yeah.
He's so tasty.
Oh my God, really, the Curryman, Shark Boy, just love it. Love it. Have we still got the soundbite of Shark Boy? I love the Shark Boy sound.
No, that's gone sadly.
What a shame. What a shame. That was a good one. But anyway, happy birthday, Shark Boy. We are big fans of yours right here, and I know J-Bone loves the Shark Boy. So there you go.
Yeah.
Right. Just before last week's live Impact, it was announced that Frankie Kazarian had re-signed a multi-year deal with TNA.
Yep.
I know,
Long live the king of TNA.
I know that some of you boys would be extremely happy with that. Hang on a minute. I'm getting a message here. I think it's Craig. Let me just check it.
It's just Stone Cold E.T.
It's just to what? What is
It's
it?
just Stone Cold E.T. Honestly, mate, you watch it later. Just give it some time and just go through it. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Get him on the show. If he's available, we'll get Stone Cold E.T. on the show.
Stone Cold ET on the show. That would be cool. It's the only way we're going to get a Stone Cold on the show. That's for sure. I'd love to have. I tell you what, Shark Boy. I'm definitely going to send him an email. Anyway, just before last week's live taping, it was announced about Frankie Kazarian. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm really pleased. Frankie Kazarian. He came in with a bit of a feeling of being let down by AEW, which is a shame. And he came in and just came back into TNA like he never left. He's been amazing.
Not being funny,
I'm
Joe,
really impressed with him.
Obviously, we went to me and Bison at Coventry, and and I quote, and it's not direct, but Kazarian said something along the lines of "fuck that company." So I guess I'm fucking TNA, and TNA's where I belong. Fuck that other company, and fuck Tony Khan. I was like, oh, okay. I'm guessing this is a temporary deal. Then you're going to be around for a while.
yeah, that was it. Yeah, I do remember that. That was brilliant. But the main thing here is, I think, with Kazarian is the fact that obviously, it's good to have some of the vets, some of the past legendary TNA guys, which is fantastic. He's been, like you say, like Aaron Jacks just said, he's actually been cooking recently. He really has. The character he's putting out there, the work he's doing has been really, really good, and very entertaining. I love it when he goes on commentary. He's actually quite funny.
Yeah, he torments Tom Hannafin and Matthew Mabels as they're giggling.
And I think as it stands at the moment, I think Anthem are really spending their money wisely, because they're like, they're getting rid of talents like, or not offering such great deals to some of the talents they don't necessarily want to re-sign. I think that's what they're doing. They're literally going, this is what we can offer you. Are you up for it? And they're like, no. Right, okay, see you later.
Dare I say it? If we lose the Elegance girls, if we lose them, or if they move on or something like that, then what's it called? It's not.
Ash is just re-signed.
What's mate called?
George Iceman.
Yeah, George Iceman. Do you know what? I could get him paired up with Kaz. Kaz was trying to get Leon Slater to carry his belt and that. Get George to do it.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
honestly,
Yeah,
them
yeah.
two, do you know what I mean? If George comes out and introduces the king of TNA and then comes out,
Yeah.
Tom Hannah's just going to melt down. Do you know what I mean? It'd just be brilliant.
Yeah, it would be interesting. It would be interesting. But like I said, I think the Elegance brand, as they're calling it now, I think is going strong. I mean, like I said, they just re-signed Ash, so I don't think that gimmick, as you want to call it, is going to be gone anytime soon. So
Do you think that we're going to get a fragrance from them though? 'Cause obviously Chris Jericho had his champagne, a little bit bubbly, but then we could have like Ash by Elegance, like with actually like a little bottle of parfum.
maybe Ash by Elegance.
Maybe.
You never know. You never know. And actually, what would be even funny is if it was announced that, what was her name? The one that did the one that smelled like her vag.
Oh, that was Gwyneth
Yes.
Paltrow. Yeah, what the fucking hell was she thinking? Jesus
remember that?
Christ.
Yeah, she released a perfume that apparently smelled like her vagina.
Minge by Elegance.
Minge by Elegance. Yeah, you never know. But there you go. I can't imagine any woman wanting to buy that. I did, like, as soon as you like, it smells like, oh yeah, you smell like Gwyneth Paltrow.
Just imagine that you pop in your local and Tracy's in the corner, walks over and goes, "You all right, mate? Have a whiff of that." You know what that is? Paltrow's Minge. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
It's just there so folks get their teeth
I know
knocked out.
I know somebody that wouldn't mind that fragrance all over him. Then he's on the he's definitely good old Joe Live. He's a TNA faithful. I mean, Joe. He's always ringside. He's a bit of a, he does watch the show. So Jive,
Yeah.
Joe, we know how much you love Ash by Elegance. Maybe you would like Minge by Elegance as your perfume. I don't know, but would be interesting. Fish by Shark Boy. Yeah, no, that would be cool as well. I don't know.
Mate, we need to
Crazy.
start trademarking these ideas. We're live on YouTube. Do you know what I mean?
There's some crazy
Yeah.
ass shit. Some crazy ass shit going on. But anyway, so we then go into the live Impact. Let's get into live Impact, which started off really, really well. I thought, they did a little tease at the beginning with the car coming in and all that kind of stuff, which I thought was very WWE. But they did it. It was cool and nice little tease. But then when we finally get into the show, we had Joe Hendry turning up in the ring. He's doing an in-ring promo. But I have to say, I was expecting more than I am going to be a fighting champion speech again. I felt that he had this perfect opportunity to do something different and push a slightly different narrative. But in reality, all he's done is continued Nick Nemeth, I'm a fighting champion gimmick. So I was a bit disappointed in this. I don't know what you guys thought. I mean, he delivered it lovely. I mean, his delivery was great. He was very believable, but it's still the whole I'm a fighting champion crap. So
Then the flip side to that really is everyone's considering him a joke. People are sort of considering him a joke. It's all a fluke and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's in a way that's like his message to everyone that said that you're just a meme. You got pushed there because you you released a single last year and all that sort of crap. But I agree. I did expect him to then like drop a huge promo at the end, just taking the piss out of somebody, especially Ryan Nemeth or something like that, just to entertain the fans.
he needed
a bit
to.
more
I
as
think
well,
he needed to call somebody out. That's what he needed to do. He needed
Yeah.
to say right, and someone with a big name of some sort, even if it was a big name in the company. He just needed to call somebody out. I think actually looking in the chat, people were saying he should have called out John Cena. Maybe.
That's to come. That's definitely to
I have
come.
a funny feeling that's Slammiversary, but we'll see. Because they're going to need to do something. There needs to be a big name at Slammiversary to fill that place out because it's huge. So there's got to be something big planned to build into Slammiversary, and maybe that's what it is. Main event
Jordynne Grace is pushing for AJ Styles to come to make an appearance at TNA.
Well, yeah, that's fine, but again, she's gone now, so that doesn't really matter what she thinks.
I know,
But
someone who's fresh off the roster and knows the product now to go and speak to AJ Styles and guys like that and say, if you go back there now, people will go fucking insane.
he knows that. He's not stupid. He knows that. He knows people are going to go nuts for him. But I just have a feeling that they're saving him for BFG, because I think that could be an amazing way to finish the year off, putting AJ Styles also into the Hall of Fame. He's almost coming to the end of his career. Maybe that's the plan. Get him in Hall of Fame. One last match. Yeah.
We got Joe Hendry, and then he's going to be in the ring. We're going to be lights going to go down. I'm going to be like, is it Cena? Is it AJ Styles? Who is it? And then the lights go up. James Ellsworth. It's WWE. We're not going to get the big stars. I doubt we'll get the big stars. If we get the big stars, then I'll say it now. That's done. We are bought out. We are sold.
We might do for a one-off though. This is the thing. That might happen for a one-off. You might not see him he might not turn up on the weekly Impact, but they could still have him in a main event, and he could still promote the show on, NXT, on Raw, which they do. They talk about TNA on commentary all the time. So there's no reason why.
They are really pushing. They're pushing it out there for us. And I do really appreciate it. Getting wrong back a couple of years ago, I was a WWE hater. I really was. But the matter is now is because we've got this handshake, you have to respect what they're doing. We've seen people come in. We've seen the re-emergence of Wesley. We've seen Fraxiom and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm all for it. It's like we're actually getting good quality matches. But people have said that, are we really in an Impact and we're just being compared with the third tier show of WWE? I'm like, well, yeah, absolutely, because thing is with TNA, and what a lot of people don't understand, is that we make stars and they go on. Look at EC3. Yeah. EC3 went on and kept EC3 as title. Do you know what I mean? We've actually made people go on. Jordynne Grace is going to go on as Jordynne Grace. We do these sort of things to people.
AJ Styles.
Well, yeah, AJ Styles. Yeah. And the thing is with all that is you've got to look at zoom out a little bit and have a look at that relationship. Yeah, I think we are actually on par with NXT, and I'm glad that we are giving it to and fro for talent and stuff like that. Yes, I am a bit we haven't signed Fraxiom, we haven't signed some of the other stars that have come in and stuff, but they're taking Jordynne Grace, they're taking Josh Alexander. So are we now going to be a feeder to WWE, or are we actually going to get our just desserts, and are we going to get someone like Cena come over? Or, imagine there's no open challenge and Roman Reigns turns up or something. Do you know what I mean?
Let's be realistic. At the end of the day, if they wanted Jordynne Grace, regardless of whether there was a relationship or not, they'd have Jordynne Grace.
Yeah, you're right.
Because they're the only brand. They're the only brand in the world that can offer the kind of money that would take them away. I mean, obviously, AEW would, but I don't think that's where she wants to go. I think she's always wanted WWE.
Yeah, WWE was her go-to.
Yeah,
after TNA. She said that ages ago.
She said she wanted to get out in January, rather than wait till the end of it.
She knew that obviously, there's opportunities out there. She knew. She's not silly. And I'm pretty certain that there would have been a contract on the table. They would have said, look, once you're done, we want you.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty sure that they would have spoke to TNA about it as well. They probably would have spoke to TNA and said, look, we are gonna put in a bid for Jordynne. I'm going to tell you now, and it's going to be probably an offer that she can't refuse, as they say. So, and I think people just need to accept the fact that TNA is always going to be, second fiddle to WWE, and in the moment we are also third fiddle when it comes to AEW at the moment. I don't think we are personally in the sense of what we put out, but in terms of TV deals and all the rest of it, yes, we are. Distribution deal, we are. But let's see. I think the more that we put out a fantastic product, the better we've got to sell to a potential new network. That's a fact. So if USA are looking, and if TNA can, slap something their way, and if WWE want to, or TKO want to, slap an endorsement on it or whatever, I'm good with that. Because it puts more eyes on TNA.
The thing is, one thing I will warn you about is the way with TNA, the way it's going, it's going to be WCW 2.0. And people have said that about AEW, but AEW is its own company, isn't it? We are going to be literally eating out the hand of WWE, and then they will just buy us out. We're going to get Shane McMahon turn up, or Steph McMahon's going to turn up and just be like, I am the mystery owner, or something like that, and then we're going to go down the path.
I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I really don't. I think that TNA or Anthem understand the law of the jungle, right? I don't think Tony Khan does. I think Tony Khan thought, hey, I've got billions of dollars. I can compete with WWE. And actually, how can you compete?
It can't be that hard.
How can you compete with 50
You only need 5 brain cells to do it. I'm sure I could do it perfectly. I'll take you. You can go in the toy box. You can come over here. What does this button do? Bubbly.
The bottom line is that how is any company,
Don't ask where that came from.
I loved it.
No matter how much money you have, compete with a 50-year brand? You just can't. You can't. You're never going to compete. You're never going to compete with the multi-billion. You're just not. Simple as that.
A little bit of the bubbly.
Oh my god, that's the only thing he did that was any good over there.
Exactly. Right, that's the only thing that I remember from AEW.
Yeah. Right, let's crack on. Let's crack on with the show. So, what the hell?
Yeah, sorry, I was playing. Funny enough, I'm watching this on YouTube and I accidentally pressed play. I left the volume up.
Oh, okay, dude. Fair. Right, so SDL and Mance Warner were revealed as not only 23, but also the new DMC champs. As SDL apparently won it in the divorce from PCO after Sammy calls out number 23 to reveal themselves. Will Mance's first feud be with Sami Callihan? Yes.
Hell yes.
Of course it will.
Absolutely.
It's a rivalry renewed. This is great. This is great. Like long-time storytelling coming right back. We've still been at each other since MLW and before then. They've been. Oh my god! I'm so looking forward to this. And it only hit me how intense the rivalry was when Sammy started ranting about "I'm going to kill this motherfucker" and everything. It just suddenly oh shit, we did have a fucking rivalry. So it's like, wow, this wasn't just some random attack on Sami Callihan for the sake of it. It just all suddenly came out to me that these guys really did beat the crap out of each other.
They did. Now, what's interesting is, and it's Paul's brought it up, and the crowd went mild. Yes, the crowd popped for SDL, but they didn't pop for Manson. Now, the reason for that has to be that a lot of the TNA.
They just didn't know who he was.
If you don't follow
you're gonna get to know. Believe you me.
You're not gonna know. Yeah. Bottom line is, Mance Warner is a bona fide badass motherfucker.
Imagine PC's kind of like Psycho side in an extra quality wrestler.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the best way that I can put it. And then you just bring the hardcore element. Like if you think that PCO's done some extreme stuff. Turn off your research and have a look at what Mance Warner's done. There's some stuff. Like Mance Warner's one of those wrestlers where it's made me watch his moves, it's made me go, wow. And then I've watched other stuff that I've had to turn away from the TV because it's absolutely disgusting. And that's a guy who literally lives wrestling. And I've put on a little tag this one, Southern Psycho. That's dedicated to Mance Warner. I am a bit of a Mance Warner mark. I'm a Sami Callihan mark. I don't care. I remember the rivalry, like Joe mentioned, from MLW. It was absolute gold. The fact that Mance Warner is finally in TNA, we have got an absolute showstopper there, and I really, really do hope
Yeah.
that we give him the chance and the opportunities to go out there and play his trade, because when that knee pad's up and that knee pad's down, shit's going down. Believe you me, it's absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to see this whole Mance Warner era.
I hope we see Bye Bye Massacre come back now.
Oh man, oh man,
Sammy Callahan and Mance Warner.
Oh Jesus.
Bye Bye Massacre with glass tubes and all that sort of stuff.
Janice will be making a return at this point if Mance Warner's anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Janice is now broken. So, I think.
Yeah, Rosemary smashed her in half. She made a shield and a club out of
It's
her.
an inanimate object.
She went on and...
Mance Warner will make and bring her back.
But again, it's interesting as well. Like people are saying, having Mance Warner would potentially bring in the MLW and GCW crowd to check him out, what he's doing on TNA. So you never know.
I believe
but one thing's for sure, I'm extremely happy to see Mance turn up in TNA. I think he's got a massive amount to offer, and great. Long may he last. That's all I've got to say.
Yeah.
Now, Mustafa Ali also signs with TNA, and he announces it live on the live episode last week. As he interrupts Mike Santana in-ring promo, which will potentially set up a feud moving forward, as Ali announced his intentions to become the TNA World Champion. I'm going to go to Craig on this one, because I know that he saw a little more in this than I did, but I wasn't so sure, because I don't know, it came across like Mike didn't really give a shit that he came out, but I don't know. What do you think, Craig?
I think the way that you got to look at it as well, if you look at the heritage of Santana, and then you look at kind of how how Mustafa is portraying himself with this presidential campaign sort of thing and stuff. He's come out to the ring. He's interrupted Santana, which I thought visibly, like, Santana was like pointing at him, like, what the fuck? I mean, he was visibly pissed off. But it was the fact that Mustafa's come out, talked directly to the camera, directly to the crowd, completely no sold Santana, and then on the way out of the ring, he kind of, like, just as he gets out, he's got a wry smile on his face. He has purposely got under Santana's skin. And that there, if that's the birth of this feud, like, I reckon this Impact, you're going to get Santana to lose his shit with Mustafa, and just, like, I reckon if this is the start of a feud, you imagine the movesets that these guys have got. I hate saying movesets, but you imagine the movesets that these guys have got, and the top quality matches that we got. If you thought Santana versus Alexander was good, it's going to be blown out of the water by them, believe me.
Okay, I'm down with it. Somebody just...
Yeah, I because Santana was all about, I'm going to be the guy that takes names, takes all the spots. And Mustafa Ali just took Santana's spot in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And, he's not going to take that lying down. As soon as I was so pleased to see him again. I did not expect him to come back and say I've signed with TNA. I thought he would come back and do maybe have a run for the world title, and then fall short and possibly. But I always thought if he did come back, signing a short-term deal will probably be what the most likely thing to come. But to come back and say he signed for a long-term deal and everything like that, I was so brimming. It was just amazing.
Yeah, it was cool. It was
just
definitely a cool moment. But I like the way there's a few people in the chat saying that maybe the digital media title should be called turn into the Digital Media Hardcore Championship. Then it was suddenly becoming...
Steph Lander's taking that to Brooklyn at the moment.
Well, it could be interesting.
She's posted...
It could become interesting.
Yeah, she's posting it around everywhere she's gone. She's got the championship with us. She's in Brooklyn at the moment, and she's got the championship out there. She's doing like Rohit did with the X Division title, basically.
Just pass this bad boy around. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. So, moving on. NXT Cora Jade also debuted on Live Impact to challenge Masha Slamovich in the same way Masha did when she first came to Impact Wrestling, but also causing Masha to be pinned by Ash by Elegance in their 6-man tag match of Spitfire and Masha versus Rosemary and by Elegance. Okay, so Cora Jade comes out. Obviously, we're having the 6-man tag go on, which actually was going quite well. It was quite a good match. I was enjoying it. Then all of a sudden, out comes Cora Jade. She then sort of kind of casually walks down to the ring, hands over like it wasn't an envelope, it was more like a folder, hands over the folder. Obviously, Masha pulls out a picture of herself with a big red cross. You know, she's like, "What the hell?"
The smirk on her
Yeah,
face is like, yeah. I see what you're
mind
doing
games
there,
have
but you
begun.
know.
So this was a cool moment as well. I think we sort of had a feeling that we might get to see Cora Jade after the way stuff went down on NXT, obviously the Tuesday before. So yeah, no, it's good. I'm quite excited because Cora is a very good wrestler, and she's not shy to the odd hardcore match. So we say obviously pre NXT, she's had a couple of badass matches herself. So I'm excited to see where this goes. What were your thoughts on this segment of the show, Joe?
I was really it's got me really excited to see where this is going. I suspected that we would get Cora Jade versus Masha Slamovich when she turned up in NXT the week before and just like waved at her saying I've got you in my mind. But the way Cora Jade came down and just like, stood toe to toe to Masha Slamovich, stared her down, and basically did what Masha did to Jordynne Grace is like anything you can do, I can do better. and I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes. This is going to be a really good rivalry for both of them and a really good introduction to NXT and TNA if people still aren't paying attention to it now.
Okay, and what about yourself, Craig?
I agree with Joe.
Simple. That's it. He agrees with Joe. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll move on.
Something's wrong if people are agreeing.
I know,
with me.
it's crazy. It must be entering the void.
He PayPal'd me a $5, so I had to agree with him on something.
Okay, fair. The Hardys went toe-to-toe with the Systems, Moose and JDC. With the Hardys coming out as victors as Jeff pins Moose. Could this lead to Jeff Hardy versus Moose one-on-one for the X Division title? Craig, what do you think?
I was thinking that.
I think so. I think so, to be fair. I hope so as well, because being funny, like, we all know Jeff's had his trials and tribulations and that, but it would be good if he had his own little solo run, because let's be honest, look at him. Look at how he's still moving about the ring. Look at the risks he's still taking. He isn't missing a beat, you know. And I know he keeps saying, "Oh, the Hardys are legends," and they're that pissed off Matt Hardy because he said, "Well, you make legends sound like they've retired. We're still active. We're still present." And I think, Jeff should definitely get a shot at the title. Whether he gets it or not, you know, who knows? But I think that at this point, you know, for the journey that he's had and stuff, giving him a belt that he's not going to fuck up and flop around and, you know, lose to Sting would be a great, you know, sentiment. It would be a great marker to him to say, look at where they were, look at how far you've come, and this is what you could have been like all those years, but you're here now, and, you know, I think it's the right man for it. And then lose it to Leon later.
Yeah, and I quite like what Barry's just saying. It would be cool to see Jeff Hardy turn up on NXT with the X Division title belt around his waist, wouldn't it? That would be really cool. So I agree.
I mean,
with that,
we
Barry,
are better off with the Hardys in TNA, aren't we? Like, you know, they've turned up, and like you look at the quality of, you know, especially backstage segments. You look at like Matt Hardy is just such a giving person to the wrestling community and stuff like that, you know. And I just feel like. Even if one of those guys said that we've had enough, give them a lifetime contract backstage, because, you know, Hardy's re-signing with TNA, and there being talk of 3D wanting another match for the Hardys, it could be just a huge year. Do you know what I mean? It's nuts. I don't read a lot of dirt sheets and that, but I did see that in the rounds, and I thought, just imagine.
That would be cool. I think it would be cool. And of course, Paul, no, I'm a fan of Willow. I loved Will-O-the-Wisp, but I thought Will-O-the-Wisp was very, very cool. I liked Itchweed as well. I thought Itchweed was funny.
I let one of my lovebirds Willow, because I was a huge fan of Willow. And I only like seeing seeing the tail end of him, and when he came back under the Broken Hardys, I didn't see all of the stuff he did as his when it was the main storylines. But even then, what I did see from that, I really enjoyed, and then seeing everything he did afterwards, so it was just like, wow, this guy. I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe that
He's
was
so
Jeff Hardy.
creative. He's so
Yeah.
creative.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic talent.
And Matt Hardy's a master of reinvention too. You look at all the stuff he's done from Matt Hardy version 1 through to Big Money Matt, the Broken Hardys. It's just been incredible, and the amount of dedication they show to the fans and the rosters they work with is just unparalleled.
Exactly, they're a prime example of what you would say a almost legendary team should be, which is cool. Now we saw the return of Wesley.
That was surprising too. I didn't expect that. I never expected him to come back so soon, or at all. That was really good.
But we saw him return with his allies Tyreek and Tyrell from NXT. This to distract the Rascalz during their NXT title match with Fraxiom, and just in the nick of time, as looked very likely that the Rascalz were going to possibly pick up the win, and of course the NXT tag title. So it was almost like, oh, hang on, I think the boys are going to lose. We better get out there and make sure the Rascalz don't take the titles. I'm a massive Wesley fan, so So I'm happy to see him back. I think there's a match set up for this week as well, which is going to be amazing. I think it's good to see these guys. I mean, is it Tyson and Tyreek? I think it's something like that. I don't know. But anyway, both. Oh, there you go, Tyson and Tyreek. So both of them. I assume they're a tag team. Are they a tag team?
Yeah. I think they are a tag team. Yeah, they're all a tag team with Wesley. I think they're in a stable or something. I'm not entirely sure what their full story is. But just going off of what Tom Hannafin and Matthew Redwall were saying, is that they're all working with Wesley at the moment. So, and Wesley has still got unfinished business, it seems, with Trey and Wentz. Even the service and it's bringing in something they did last year. It's not dead and buried, and just like something that they did just for that. Short
and also it's long-term storytelling, isn't it? Because obviously they all three of them were the Rascalz.
Exactly.
So, and Wes decided to ruin it. So, and he's continuing that by the looks of it. But anyway, it's good to see.
It's great to keep that story going and that rivalry going.
I agree.
That's something that I agree. It's good.
I do exactly agree with that. Now, the Northern Armory turns on Josh Alexander during his in-ring promo.
Good.
And none other than Eric Young, who believes he can save Josh, comes to his aid. And of course, setting up a tag match this week on Impact. Now, there was a segment at the beginning of the show where Macklin was asking Eric, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, I believe we can bring him back. I think Josh is lost, and we can help him find himself and all that kind of shit. Obviously, this is the lead to Josh leaving.
Sadly,
I don't know whether this is his final match or if there's anything else coming out of this, but I certainly believe it's a story which is building to Josh leaving. Now, interestingly enough, I've got this thing in my head that I think. Obviously, Macklin is not very happy with Eric over this whole, trying to help Josh crap, and he's going to be pissed off at Eric. So I think, and especially now he's like basically dropped his tag partner, which they just kind of formed the Renegades or whatever it is. So he's dropped his tag partner to go and now tag with Josh. I think Macklin's going to be pissed. So I have a funny feeling that we're going to see Macklin turn on Eric and become the new leader of the Northern Armory, which actually I think makes perfect sense because obviously it's like a military style faction.
Yeah, Sinner and Satan and Macklin. Then it's going to.
Do you know what I mean? I think it makes sense. So I don't know. What do you?
I like that idea. I like
it was something
to be fair, but I think with with the Northern Armory as well. I agree that they need a leader, but could they wander off and go with Mustafa? Or earlier on, Dead Punk Gage said, like, do you think that the Good Hands will reunite with Mustafa? So could we get Mustafa and Good Hands versus, like what you said, Northern Armory and Macklin? You know, we could have like a trios match or something like that.
Yeah.
That could be pretty good. But I don't know, man. Like this is what I love about TNA. We're all going like, oh, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen, and then TNA will come on, and there'll be nothing of what he said. This is it's just so great to be a TNA fan again. It's not predictable anymore.
No, exactly. It isn't fully predictable. We're just sort of kind of throwing ideas in, but I think it would be cool. You know, Sinner and Tone to be a tag team as they were really good. Yeah, well, they are a tag team. They've not stopped. They've just got a different name. Yeah, no, I think it's cool, and I think they could still be a tag team. But you know, I just have this feeling that Macklin is going to sort of kind of come in and replace Josh, if that makes sense.
Unless
and,
Macklin's got a tag partner,
and then become even.
And then Macklin gets in the ring and he goes, "Now my tag partner." Boom, the lights go down. Shearer.
Who?
Yeah.
Shearer? Well, Shearer walks in doing this.
Yeah. The KIA. Hey.
I can see. No, I can see. Yeah, Shearer using that in his own version of Caught in the Crosshairs.
Fair enough. Anyway, so I think there's some interesting stuff which could come out of that. We're probably totally wrong, and it'd be something completely different. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where that one goes. We then get Tessa Blanchard spitting fire in a promo on the stage, as we also see her dad Tully Blanchard in the audience and proving why she is one of the best females on the planet, in and out of the ring, in my opinion. That she is an absolute heat magnet.
Yeah.
She is incredible on the mic, and my God, can that girl wrestle. So, please tell me why we don't want Tessa Blanchard as a
She actually
TNA
got the
knockout.
fans behind her for a short while too. During that promo, she was like saying it's great to be. She was actually bigging up the Knockouts roster and everything, and then she just swung it completely and spat in the fans' faces again and really pissed them off. I thought
She was so good.
It was brilliant. She carried the audience throughout the entire promo. It was excellent promo work. I'm so pleased to see Tessa Blanchard back.
It was great. It was great, and you know, you can see why they brought her in, and the way that they're moving forward with her. They've signed her. She is signed.
Tessa Blanchard.
You know,
right? Hear me out on this. Tessa Blanchard versus SDL with Matt Warner and Sammy Callahan. Tessa and Sammy.
Yeah.
Because they've got history. Like, they've got some of the biggest history in the company. I mean, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so imagine them two on the same page
Yeah.
against Mance and SDL. Then let's see the crowd pop.
Yeah.
that would be mental. That
That'd
could be
amazing.
mental. Wow. Yeah, I could see Sammy bringing his wife home though. I could see Havoc turning up.
Yeah,
to be
but
on
then I
the
can
side,
see
but,
Tessa fucking her up.
She's.
Yeah.
You reckon? Okay.
My money would be
fair.
on Tessa. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, my money would too, but there you go. But it's great to see Tessa absolutely firing on all four cylinders at the moment. You know, I really do think she's amazing. And you know, I don't care about her history. Everyone deserves a second chance. Everyone deserves to redeem themselves. Let's see where it goes.
Funny if
Yeah.
you're talking
You know,
about
I
history.
think
Let's
she's
dig
awesome.
up Jeff Hardy. Do you know what I mean? And look at, like, you know, the pedestal we've just put him on. You know, like Bison's just said.
Yeah.
You know, everyone deserves a second chance. She's come to make amends with the company that she turned her back on. So, like, you know, I am all for it.
Yeah.
If she fucks up this time, and you know, you had your see you later. You are down the road.
Then fuck her.
But
Yeah.
this time, she's
you're
going to really
You're like-
nail it. I reckon.
I think she's going to nail it. I'm excited to see where it goes. Oh, there you go. You don't show up in Texas disrespecting the Von Erichs and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, that's true. That is pretty much what. Sure, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what she was doing. But anyway, After being revealed at the top of the show that Matt Cardona was back and facing Joe Hendry for the TNA World Title in the main event, we finally got the match and it was exactly what we expected. It was a good, solid main event player match between two, very talented guys. However, as we have come to expect when it comes to World Title matches, John Layfield appears and delivers a clothesline from hell to Matt
Texas screw
Cardona
job too.
outside the ring. But even after that, Cardona was able to deliver a pop-up pile driver, which Joe was able to kick out of at 2. And then Joe obviously delivers a standing ovation for his own to pick up the win and his first defense of the TNA World Heavyweight title. As Joe's celebrating, obviously the show goes off air. I thought the main event was pretty good. I loved Cardona coming out with that half mask thing going on. That was quite cool. But let's face it. Whether you love or you hate Matt Cardona, he looks $1,000,000, and he delivers a half decent.
I've started to notice all the scars on his back and that now from all the death matches he's done.
Yeah.
I only really noticed it in this match, especially along his shoulder. He's got some really nasty scars from all the matches he's had at GCW and places like that, where he's really torn himself apart, literally.
Yeah.
So he's looking absolutely incredible, and I was so pleased to see him.
Yeah.
It was just great to see. I think Ring of Honor.
Well, he's been added. He's got a brand spanking new picture that's been added to the roster page, so I think he's around for a little while. But how long I don't know. But Matt kind of flits in and out. I don't know whether. I don't know. He's sort of kind of one of those guys that you think, is he using TNA just to try and get back to WWE?
Absolutely.
He's made it very clear that he wanted to sign with AEW at one point.
They said no. Ring of Honor said no, and that's the stupidest mistake Tony Khan's ever made for a very long time.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
I don't know. I think
he definitely wants
Tony
to.
Khan made for signing Brian Cage. If you look at him now, look at present day Brian Cage. He looks like a jacked Steve Blackman. He's got a beard, free hair, and that lot. And he's like, I can't remember what his team name, the Killing Machines or something like that. It's just no. Tony, just stop using Daddy's bank account. You've had your fun. Just go back to your cot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go back to your cot. I agree. Cardona is a workhorse. I just sort of I don't know. He just seems to flit in and out and never wants to kind of commit to anything. And I find that a little bit frustrating because part and parcel of wrestling in reality is being able to invest in the character and being invested in a wrestler. If you don't know whether he's going to turn up, if he's going to be on your TV for next week or the week after, or if he's just going to turn up and do a pay-per-view and then piss off again, it's very difficult, I think, to invest in him. I think if he was to just say, look, you know what, I'm going to sign a 12-month solid contract with TNA. I'm going to do everything I possibly can, to put TNA right up there, like the Hardys are doing at the moment, etc., etc., and see where we go from there. I would have a lot more respect for him then than I do at the moment, where he just sort of kind of flits in and out, when there's a potential main event or something. I don't know, like just some opportunity to come and be the big I am. And then just disappear again. So I don't know. I find it very difficult. I find it frustrating because I want to really get into him.
Do you reckon that Cardona could join
want
the
to get-
system, though? Do you reckon he could team back up with Myers?
Yeah, I think he fit in there perfectly. If he signed a 6-month contract or something, he would slot in there perfectly.
I have to say, I'd love to see the major players make a return and actually have a proper run, be in the company as the major players for 6 months, and give them a 6-month program, and let's see where that can go, because they were a good tag team. The pair of them were really good together. They work well together. The major players, I think, is a very cool name, and I personally think I'd like to see that. I really would. But I don't know. I feel myself not wanting to invest in Matt Cardona because I just don't
It's
know
one of
whether he's
those
going to be
that's
there.
been in the
You know what I
UK.
mean?
By the time we've ordered his merch to stand up, he's in some other company. It's unreliable. He's stitching himself up because once he gets into run, we're like, yes. Oh, he's on GCW again, or he's backstage at AEW. So it's like, Cardona, if you actually see this or watch this or anything like that, then please just stay put for a little while, mate. We can invest in you.
Yeah, it would be cool. It would be very, very cool because we could really get behind you because we think you're cool, but we just can't get into you at the minute. I don't know about that.
I'm a Matt Cardona mark, so I'm just pleased to see him.
I'm not sure about him joining first class.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't fit. In fact, he'd probably bury them, to be honest, and then get that huge choke slam from AJ Francis. So
best
I don't know about that. I think the
choke
trouble
slam.
is you'd have.
Yeah,
but the trouble is you've got sort of kind of two big dogs trying. Yeah, I don't know because Matt's not going to want to play second fiddle to AJ Francis. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
It'd be an interesting match though to see him and AJ Francis go 1-on-1.
Yeah,
that would be one I'd like to see.
What the fuck is going on with this John Layfield guy? What is going on?
Yeah, I'm
still not getting anything.
Yeah, I'm hoping it just goes down to Joe Hendry getting pissed off and calling him out and just getting answers. Because Nick Nemeth said he was something was going to get done about it. Tom Hannaford and Matthew Raywell said before Christmas that this would be sorted. On commentary, and Santino's not doing anything about it. He just seems to be letting him come and go whenever he plays. So, and right now, on Joe Hendry's first big chance to show he is a main event player. He is the guy of TNA now. He still wins with assistance from somebody on the outside. After all, the hype and that. So that is
whether he's wanting the assistance or not.
Yeah, but so from that has killed the buzz from a storyline perspective, and I think what it's going to do is piss off Joe Hendry and have him just call him out especially if he does it again, and just like calls him out and then we see a match between them.
It just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's going on. What is trying to be achieved by just coming out and clotheslining random people? Because in reality, it's random because Matt Cardona has not exactly been in any storylines.
No.
So why just come out and then suddenly clothesline Matt Cardona?
You're going to segue beautifully onto what you're next saying about how we kick off Impact. I reckon that's where we're going to start getting some answers about Layfield because, like I said back along, don't get me wrong, I was happily silenced at Genesis because I thought that Nemeth was going to come out and the system were going to help him out and stuff like that, and John Layfield is the leader of the system or something like that. I thought that was how the storyline was going to go. I was happily proved wrong, but yes, we need answers from this Layfield thing. But then again, Nick Nemeth, I reckon he's got some answers and he's going to kick off Joe, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, I guess let's have a chat. Let's have a look. Impact this Thursday on Access TV, Sportsnet 360 in Canada, and of course TNA Plus for the rest of the world. Former world champion Nick Nemeth will kick off Impact. This is exactly what Craig was referring to. What is on Nick Nemeth's mind? Are we finally going to see Nick Nemeth turn heel? Because I think that's what we're all after.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Definitely, we're going to see him switch sides, or Ryan Nemeth's just going to piss him off so much he's going to fine enough. You're not going to shut up, then I'm going to have to side with you to shut you up.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Ryan Nemeth is like he reminds you of Vicky Guerrero. He's got that voice that just drives you fucking mad as soon as he opens his mouth.
What, like a legit?
There's two people I don't ever want to get stuck in a lift with.
Paul, could you imagine it? Jesus Christ, I don't know, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out what Nick's got to say as he's going to kick off. He's going to kick off Impact this Thursday. We're also going to get the first match of a signed Mustafa Ali as he takes on the legend luchador Laredo Kid.
That's going to be
I think that should be a cracker of a match. I mean, you've got two absolute awesome wrestlers there that are going to put on the show. I'm pretty sure about that. I mean, obviously, I would imagine we're going to either see Laredo Kid lose or it's going to be a DQ because Santana's going to come out and make himself a bit of a nuisance for
Yeah.
Mustafa Ali. And that obviously goes back to what we were talking about and what happened this past week on Impact with him interfering Santana on his in-ring promo. That's then going to hopefully lead into a feud. I mean, are you in agreement, lads, on that one?
Oh, definitely. We're gonna see some heat after the match at least, if not before the match. So Santana isn't going to take what Mustafa Ali did and just like take it lying down.
Okay, yeah, I'm down with it. And of course, obviously, what Craig has already said about maybe we're going to find out what's going on with regards to Layfield as well. I suppose we'll have to wait and see. Now, obviously, with a returning Wesley or NXT's Wesley, shall we say? Coming into Impact last week, he's going to be taking on a former opponent of his, Ace Austin. Now, we have actually seen a Wesley Ace Austin match, probably, I would say, 5, maybe 6 years ago. We've seen these guys go one-on-one. So it's a return to these guys. I'm excited about this match because you're talking about two extremely athletic, extremely capable talents. It's going to be a cracker. It's going to be a cracker.
Oh,
what do you think, Craig?
I'm hyped.
Yeah, I agree with Joe. Like, you know, that's two of Impact Wrestling's finest, isn't it? Like, you know, we know what both of them bring to the table, but how this evolves for the storyline, because obviously Wesley came out, you know, and Ace Austin, or Ace Austin, as Santana says. You know, I think that, like, you know, how does this evolve? How does this go forwards? It's going to be a really interesting one. It's not just about what's in the ring either. I reckon we're going to see like some evolution, some storyline there as well. So you know, maybe they offer Ace Austin a little bit of time in NXT or whatever, or Chris Bay's away. Who knows?
Yeah, or Ace Austin goes to the Rascalz for a while. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to get a fear and one assault or
Just
something
bring
after the
back
match, and then
fucking
the
Treehouse.
The Rascalz come down to help out Ace Austin, and then Trey forgets about Ace Austin trying to bang his mama for a little and then they'll be friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
can you imagine? They
stuff going
start
on.
getting like a
all
bit
that.
of rapport and all that lot, and then like, you know, they're just like, you know, smoke them if you got them, and then just like Trey just turns to Ace and goes, "How's your mum?" How's
your mum? Anyway, yeah. Look at Mercy. He's spitting some facts. That Motown Showdown 2019 was when they clashed last time. Thank you, Mir. Very, very nice. Okay, so we've also been given the news that NXT's Cora Jade is going to be competing on the show as well.
Wow.
No indication who that's going to be, but I believe it's Hyan. But I'm going to leave it there. I think it's Hyan, which would be really cool because big fan of her. I think she should be signed also to the Knockouts division. We will hear from Sami Callihan after obviously the attack from Mance Warner with the belt. Oh, no, what did he hit him with? He hit him with
it was the belt.
It was with the belt.
He hit him with the belt.
So I don't think Sammy's going to be too happy about that, and we could be setting up some Full Metal Mayhems, barbed wire massacres.
Slow clap.
I don't know, some Texas street matches. I don't know what we're going to get, but either way, it's definitely going to be some thumbs up, some thumbs down. There's definitely going to be some of that shit going on. Anyway, okay, EY, Josh Alexander versus the Northern Armory. As I said, we've already sort of kind of briefly spoke about this one. I definitely feel that we're going to get a Steve Macklin interference in some way or shape or form. He's going to be well pissed at EY right now. And like I said, who knows? Maybe we could see him align with the Northern Armory and become the new leader. I don't know, but all I know is I think this will start off as a really good match because the Northern Armory boys are really good. We know that EY and Josh are great. And we've seen them tag before. In fact, they were tagging on the UK tour, weren't they, Craig? Yeah, so we know that they can tag well together. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm excited for that one. And the other big one, and I think this is a huge match for Leon actually. We're gonna get Brian Myers from the system versus, of course,
Youngest in charge.
the youngest in charge, of course,
Yes.
Leon Slater. I say 0-1.
2-1.
You say. There you go. I think this is going to be an absolute cracker of a match, and I think I put it out on Twitter that if you've not seen,
If you've not seen Leon Slater
Slater,
yet, Jesus Christ, you're in for a fucking treat this week. I'll tell you.
you need to watch. You need to.
We were
watch
lucky enough
TNA,
just to see him live in Coventry. In
I've seen him live several
2021.
times.
I mean, that was insane. That was the first wrestling event I come to. First time I see Leon Slater, he jumps over and nearly lands on me. That's so fun.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. That was fun.
Yeah,
That was at the Carnival show.
He
The
went
Wrestle
straight
Carnival
up, straight
show.
up.
He was in the ring with Tyrese.
He was in the
wasn't
ring
it a tag
against
match?
George Lydon and Robbie X, I think.
Oh, that's
Tyrese
it.
faced Derek
That's it,
Young,
George
and Charles
Lydon.
Crowley faced Scotty Tuati, and then he faced the other guy who was on WWE NXT UK. I forget his name, but then
He was in Sanity. That one.
Yeah.
He was in Sanity, wasn't he? What's his name?
Axel
something.
Yeah,
He was the Axel one.
And
Anyway, I don't know what he was called in Sanity. I can't remember his name, but anyway, Sanity was really cool. Have you noticed they're reuniting? They've done a few sort of kind of appearances in OTT, and
I think Derek Young's facing Big Dana, isn't he, as well? He's facing one of the guys on his in some of his upcoming matches across the UK, and that
there's going to be there's going to be some fire matches coming across the UK in the coming months. That's for sure. But guys, listen, that's all we've got time for this week. Also, if you want to show your support for TNI UK, please feel free to super sticker us or head over to prowrestlingtees.com/total-non-stop-impact for some great shirts, or head over to our exclusive Spreadshirt merch store. Links, of course, are below. All TNI shows available to all you Listen on the Go fans as audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favourite shows. We are there. Where can we find you on the socials, Joe?
Oh, wow, it's been a while. You can find me at JOK Empty Space on Twitter or X or whatever they want to call it. You can look for hashtag Empty Space, hashtag Enter the Void, or if you want to tickle your taste buds and your sense of humour, hashtag Daily Giggle on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. But approach with an open mind and just might keep your sanity.
Sanity. And what about you, Craig? Where can we find you?
I am LimpstarUK on pretty much everything. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm really enjoying TikTok at the moment. I don't know why. I'm just like doom scrolling, seeing all sorts. And I still haven't figured out how to change my name on X. So if you're on X and you see Network Stu commenting and stuff like that, that is me. But yeah, again, I've messaged Elon Musk. He hasn't opened it yet, so I don't know how I change my name.
Oh, bloody hell. What a git. Of course, if you want to follow Total Non-Stop Impact on the socials, you will find us at We Talk Impact. That is pretty much on every social media going. So if you want to go and follow us, guys, really, really would appreciate that. That would be fan-bloody-tastic. Hey, J-Bone, thanks. Nice to see you, bud. So, yeah, go and check those out at We Talk Impact on every single social media going. You will find us. Of course, if you want to find me, at Lord Bison 45 is where you'll find me on the X-Sphere. I'm going to call it the X-Sphere. I will be on there. Go and check us out there. And of course, I am now available on the Tick of the Talk at Bison by Design. Please go and give me a follow. I'm looking at building up my follows on there. I've been posting videos, like several videos daily now. I also do like a little motivational thing every morning. So just go and check it out. I would really appreciate it, and it would help me, obviously, build my build my TikTok following would be fabulous. Please take the time to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, or of course a smash to never miss any of the great stuff coming out from TNI UK and of course the US teams. Only TNA related content every single week. With all that said, I've been Bison, and they've been of course the Joker and the Limpster, and this has been episode 215 of Impact. Take care, guys.